So please be attentive while listening my lecture. Now let us start our lecture. And please subscribe my channel and share it with your friends and press the bell icon to get the notification. Now without wasting any time, let us start our lecture. Now let us understand what are the different types of activities. As human life is full of activities which can be divided into two parts, economic activities and non-economic activities. Now let us understand what do you mean by the term economic activities. Economic activity is an activity of providing, making, buying or selling commodities or services by people to satisfy day-to-day needs of life. Any activity that includes manufacturing, distribution, or utilizing products or services is called economic activity. In fact, whether that activities involves money or exchange of products or services are economic activities. The three types of economic activities are business, profession, employment. Business. The economic activity provides goods and services to satisfy human wants on daily basis with aim of earning profit. So the business is called economic activity. Second, profession. It can also define as an occupation or a professional job that offer a specialized service. In return, the profession person will charge a fee, and that fee will become their economic activity. For example, a CA will manage all the accounts, audit over all the accounts, and for auditing our accounts he is charging some fee. So the activity done by the CA for auditing the account is called an economic activity because he is getting his fees in return. Third, employment. The activity is based on a contract between the company and the employee. Here the employee perform duties for the company and are paid wages or salaries in return. So the activities performed by the employed person is called an economic activity. Or in other words, we can say that economic activities leads to an increase in the personal income of the individual, and it also contributes to the flow of goods and services in an economy. It adds value to the national income. So, on the basis of it, we can say that economics is a social science and man is a social being. Hence, within an economy, every person has to perform several activities either to earn money or to satisfy various wants. These includes cultivation, farming, industrial work, teaching, marketing, washing clothes, etc. Thus, all these activities are performing to earn money in order to satisfy several wants and to maintain a peaceful and comfortable life. Therefore, we can say that activities which are performed with a view to earning wealth or income are called economic activities. Economics deal with all economic activities of man. In our daily life, we are engaged in several activities which is related to earning and spending of money to satisfy a limited want. These all activities are called economic activities. Following are the main characteristics of economic activities. First, wealth producing activities. The economic activities are undertaken to produce wealth. The wealth is produced by productive activities, that is, the production may be for the consumption of family members or for others. A farmer may grow vegetables for his family consumption and for selling in market. the produce sold in market will fetch income for the farmer. Now, here we have seen that the vegetables which has been grown by the farmer for his family, it will not involve any economic activity. It is an non-economic activity. But when the farmer will sell their vegetables in a market, it will create an economic activities, because the farmer will exchange his vegetable in a market with money. So all those activities which are related to the money are called economic activities. Satisfying human want. The main aim of economic activity is to satisfy the human needs. The needs to be satisfied may be present or future. For example, if we buy any commodity in a market, the main aim of buying a commodity is to fulfill our needs and wants. We are purchasing different type of commodities in a market, like consumer goods and capital goods. Consumer goods are those goods which can be consumed in future, whereas capital goods are those goods which we are consuming till future. So example of consumer goods are food, biscuits, etc. An example of capital goods are refrigerator, TV, car, etc. Now, when a person undertake a job to earn money and buy a necessity for his family, then he will be satisfying his present needs. On other hand, if the person saves the money out of his current earning, then for satisfying his need after the retirement, then it will be a plan for futures. Now what will happen in this, whenever I am spending a money at present to buy a necessity goods like food grains, etc., clothing, etc., then I am spending a money in a market to fulfill my present needs. Now what will happen if I'll take a retirement plan? If I'll take a retirement plan, I have to pay a premium, and that premium has to be paid in the terms of money and in a present. So here I have paid a money in present, but the benefits I will take after the retirement. Third feature is money income. All economic activities that may be related to the business, profession or service help in earning money income. People undertake these activities to satisfy their family needs with the help of money earned through productive activities. A living is possible with money income earned from economic activities. Another activity is a development activity. Economic activities not only satisfy human wants but also become a basic for economic development in a society. When all needs are satisfied, the new need crop up. The new need will be created in the form of new demand for commodities. Now the economic resources are employed to produce a new product, and this process helps in generating the employment avenues and ultimately the money income. The social development is linked to the economic activities undertaken here. Following are the examples of economic activities. When a person goes to the office or to a factory or to a shop to earn money, these are covered under the economic activities. Or when a person goes to a market to purchase something, this activity is also known as economic activity. The economic activities has been divided into 4 types: production, consumption, distribution, exchange. First, production. It is the main or primary economic activity of human being. It means creation of utility to satisfy human wants by producing several goods and services. For example, a teacher is teaching in the classroom, a carpenter is making wooden furniture, a farmer is cultivating crops, etc. are the example of production. Second, consumption. It is also another important economic activity which is concerned with use of goods and services for the direct satisfaction of human wants. Consumption means simply the destruction of utility. For example, by consuming foodstuffs, a consumer can satisfy his or her want for food or hunger. Similarly, a glass of water can fulfill the thirst of a consumer who is feeling very thirsty. Third, distribution. Pricing of different factor of production is known as distribution. That is, fixing of rent, wages, interest come under the category of distribution. Hence, it is also termed as factor pricing theory. Fourth, exchange. This is also considered an important economic activity. Exchange means sales and purchase of different goods and services, either directly by barter system or through monetary system for maximizing of consumer satisfaction or utility. Thus, the term exchange in monetary system is known as product pricing. All the activities related with production, consumption, distribution, exchange of all goods and services which possess utility and scarce in nature are considered as economic activities. The main aim of these activities is to ensure the satisfaction of human wants. Non-economic activities are those activities that are not undertaken for any monetary gains. It means these are those activities in which the person will not earn money. These activities are done to fulfill our social, religious, charitable needs. For example, giving and donations to a temple is not an economic activity because we are not getting anything in return for sure. Like charitable activities are also called as non-economic activities because helping the poor or disabled person doesn't mean that we are getting something in return from that person. These activities are done out of our love and affections. So we can say non-economic activities is an activity performed with the purpose of rendering services to the others without any consideration of financial gains. These activities are initiated for personal content or to meet the human sentiments are called non-economic activities. For example, when we are taking the free time activities, like if we are doing some painting, singing, these activities are non-economic activities. Family commitment activities are also called as non-economic activities. For example, a teacher educate his own child at a home or doctor consulting his own family is called a non-economic activity because he will not charge any fees from his family members. Similarly, cultural and religious activities are called non-economic activities. These activities includes happiness and mental. For example, worshipping God, visiting temple. These are called non-economic activities. Social welfare activities. It is based on passionate feeling of helping or sympathizing toward other, such as donation to the underprivileged, participation on relief camp, to help people affected by war, natural calamities. These activities have been undertaken for our own peace and satisfactions. Hence, these activities are termed as non-economic activities. Elements of non-economic activities. First, social activity. For example, attending marriage or birthday party of relatives or friends, organizing cultural programs, etc. are called social activities. These are undertaken without the exchange of money. So these activities are called non-economic activities. Political activities. For example, activities performed by various political parties such as Congress and BJP. Religious activities such as worship, donations for temple. Charitable activities, helping poor or the disabled people. Parental activities, activities performed by the parents toward their children as love and affection. Recreational activities such as playing games, dancing, watching TV, etc. All the above activities are non-economic activities because it does not involve any money aspect. And if they involve any money aspect, then it will become economic activity. Like when a cricketer player play a cricket for his own recreation or pleasure, he will not give any money to himself, then it will become a non-economic activity. But when the same player play a cricket for an Indian team to earn money, then this activity become an economic activity. Likewise, when the teacher teaches his own son at home, it will not create any money. It is included in non-economic activity. But when the teacher teaches in a school and gets a salary for a job, then the activity will become an economic activity. So we have understood well the difference between the economic activities and the non-economic activities. Economic activities are all those activities which is related to the money aspect, which the people are doing to earn more and more wealth, whereas non-economic activities does not involve any money aspect and which is done by the people for their own satisfaction, love and affection. Now let us understand the difference between the economic activities and non-economic activities. First difference can be done on the basis of the objective. As we know that economic activities are all those activities which the people are doing to earn wealth, whereas non-economic activities are those activities which the people are undertaking for the pleasure, love and affection. Second type. Now production, consumption, distribution, exchange, as all these activities are related to the money, then these activities are called economic activities, whereas social, political, religious, charitable activities, parental activities are done without any aspect of money, then these activities are termed as non-economic activities. Next difference has been done on the basis of the purpose. The activities done to satisfy a material needs are called economic activities, whereas all those activities which are done to get a mental or psychological satisfaction are called non-economic activities. Now here the term material need means buying of goods and services, whereas the non-material goods like water, sunshine, etc., which we are getting without any charges, then these goods are called non-material goods. Another difference has been made on the basis of the scope. Economic activities take place either between the employer and employee, or between the supplier and consumer, or between the professional and client, whereas the non-economic activities generally take place between the family members or between the social workers, or between all those peoples where the one person want to serve the society without anything expecting in return from the society. Now let us understand the main sectors of Indian economy. Indian economy is grouped into three broad sectors: primary sector or agriculture sector, secondary sector or industrial sector, tertiary sector or service sector. Now let us understand what do you mean by the term primary sector. Primary sector consists of agriculture, animal husbandry, dairy farming, poultry, forestry and fisheries. In these sectors of economy, goods are produced by exploring the economy's natural resources. Nature has played a great role for the production of the commodities which consist primary sector. For example, nature has a great hand in production of agriculture commodities. Likewise, nature cooperates with man in producing wood or timber. Now we are getting this wood and timber from the tree itself, and the tree is grown by the nature. Other examples are catching fishes. So goods produced by these sectors are called primary good. Primary sector largely consists of agriculture sector. Now second type of sector is an industrial sector, which is mainly depend on the primary sector because the primary sector will provide a raw material to the secondary sector. Now the secondary sector of Indian economy includes activities relating to the manufacturing and construction. Under manufacturing, all types of industries, whether it is a small scale industries, large scale industries are included. At present, handloom, cloth, matches, beads, toy, etc. are produced by the small scale industries, and large scale industries on the other hand produce goods in large quantity which are sold all over the country and also exported to the other countries. Similarly, all kind of construction activities like building the house are also included in the secondary sector. Or in other words, we can say the secondary sectors includes all those activities which produce various goods with the help of raw material produced in the primary sector. So we can say the primary sector play an important role for the secondary sector because it gives the different types of raw material to the secondary sector, and when the secondary sector will process this raw material, they will create goods which can be sold in a market to earn money. Third sector is a tertiary sector. Now, the here tertiary word means service. The tertiary sector is also called a service sector. It does not produce any goods and services. Instead of it, it will provide a services to the people. That's why it is called a service sector. Example of these sectors are transport, banking, insurance, communications. All these sectors are providing a services. Similarly, there are some people who provide a professional services such as teacher, doctor, engineers, CAs, etc. Now, services are those things which cannot be seen and touched. It is an intangible in nature. So we can say that this sector provides services rather than producing material commodities. As we have already studied that goods are tangible in nature, whereas services are intangible in nature, that cannot be touched or viewed. Second, the service has a inseparability features because a personal services cannot be separated from the individuals. So we can say that the service sector is the third tier in the three sectors of economy. स्टूडेंट्स, आई होप आपको लेक्चर समझ में आया होगा. बिल्कुल ईजिली आप डिफ्रेंशिएट कर सकते हैं इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज़ एंड नॉन इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज़ में. नाउ स्टिल इफ़ यू आर हैविंग एनी प्रॉब्लम यू कैन कमेंट मी ऑन माई कमेंट बॉक्स. आई विल रिप्लाई ऑल द कमेंट्स. सो बी विथ मी, शेयर माई चैनल and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.